Hello everyone. Hello. Excuse me. Welcome to our live reveal. I'm just getting everything set up so that you can actually see me and hear me. Yeah, I can hear myself, so that's good. I've got a cat sat on my chair here, so I am going to move her while everyone while we get set up. Hello little girl, I'm sorry but I'm going to have to pinch my chair back if you don't mind. You can take your blanket with you, yes, if you want. There we go. I don't think she was too happy about that. How is everyone this evening? I'm going to change to the overhead. In fact, shall we change to the webcam and see if you guys can... Oh, that's a little bit low down, isn't it, Liza? Anne tried to help me position the webcam earlier, but it was having none of it. So I might go back to the overhead or the gallery, just so that you can not see my... face being moved around. Let's try that, see if that works a little bit better. That's a little bit better, isn't it? And let's get some lights on. No, I've dropped you all together now. Well, this is a good start, isn't it? There we go. Heavens! Hello everyone. Hi. I hope I've not made you all feel incredibly ill there. But yeah, the usual chaos at the start of a live. So we've got Kaya here, we've got Annalisa, we've got Julie and Blake. Hello Blake, how are you? Sue's with us as well. Jess, Laura, Sophie, Ilona and Claire. Oh, thank you guys for joining us tonight. I'm so excited because obviously it is the live reveal tonight. So after that little bit of a chaotic start, hopefully the rest of it isn't going to be as chaotic. It's great as well to see some of our new design team on the live chat there. So hello to you guys. So we've got Kaya, we've got Sophie and Ilona with us. Claire says evening and she loved Ant's TV debut. Yeah, that honestly, I was so proud of him. So did anybody else see Hobby Maker on Sunday? It seems a long time ago now actually, because it was, there's been a lot going on since then. We've had a lot of orders to pack because Ant did do so well. So he joined me on Hobby Maker when we launched the brand new brushes, which I will show you a little bit later on. And it was his first time on TV. I've been asking him to come on for a long time because I knew it would be really great for the show. And the idea behind it, the concept was that he doesn't craft, as you know. He joins me on the lives, he goes to all the craft shows with me, but he isn't a crafter. So the idea was that he would come along to the show and we would demonstrate just how easy it is to use the brushes as a non-crafter. If you've never done this before, you can pick a brush up and be able to create something amazing. So that's what he did, and he did create something amazing, and he also was quite a big hit, I think, with a lot of the viewers. So thank you, Claire, for watching. Shawnee says, hi, Joe, so excited to see the new release. And Annalise is saying, yes, it's a full house for the reveal. Laura Ann, hello to you. Kaya's happy to be joining the team. Oh, we're so pleased that you're all joining us. Ilona, yes, it's a TV show in the UK, but you can watch it on YouTube. So that means you can watch it from anywhere in the world. So if you just search for Hobby Maker TV... on YouTube, you'll find it. It was the show was on Sunday, and what they do is they kind of put a number of shows together in the replay. So there's us, Hunky Dory and Paper Dynamics. So you'll find us in a show with other, in a clip with other companies. You just need to scroll to 3 hours in and that's the time for tea portion. So if you're watching us on the YouTube replay on Hobby Maker, just look for shows on Sunday. We'll be listed in the title, and then just move to 3 hours in, and then you'll be able to watch the hour that we were on. Safi, hello Safi. Yes, and I hold my brushes the same way as Anne. How, that's so interesting. So you hold your brushes exactly the same way as him, which is brilliant, because obviously I do it in a particular way, but everybody will hold their brushes slightly differently, but they still work. So yeah, I love that. Julie says she caught up on Hobby Maker today and was lovely to see Ant's demo. And Annalisa says it was a perfect demo of the gorgeous new brushes from the perspective of a newbie. Oh, thank you, Annalisa. And Ilona says, will do. I'm so jealous that you have such a great crafting community over there in the UK. We are lucky that we do have 2 dedicated TV channels that are pretty much 24 hours a day delivering crafts to us. We are very, very lucky to have that. So yeah, and I do think that, you know, it's testament to those channels that they bring lots of different types of companies to us, to be able to share things and get some good deals. And for me as a business, the fact that I have that as a forum to be able to sell to more people, and more people get to see our products, it's worth so much to me. And they are lovely people at Hobby Maker. They always make us feel welcome, and they made Ant feel so welcome as well. And it was lovely that they gave us the opportunity to do that, because it could have gone horribly wrong, but thankfully it didn't. Lona says she's ordering a satellite antenna today. Tanya, how are you? Lovely to see you. Well, it's fabulous that so many of you have joined us this evening. Now, I am going to be doing, this is a little bit of another experiment, because I have a new camera. So those of you that watch regularly will know that my previous camera broke, and so I had to use a webcam, and the webcam was not that great, because it did tend to distort the picture a little bit, and it wasn't as I couldn't zoom in, for example, like I could with the previous one. Excuse me. So I have a new camera. It's set up above for the overhead shot. Let's see if it works. I'm going to change over to the overhead view, so bear with me. Let's do overhead view. Ta-da! Right, so the question is, can you hear me? So I'm just going to turn the sound up on my iPad and just see if you can hear me. So that's suggesting that you can't hear me. So one moment while we just... Can you hear me now, everyone? Oh no, has the sound gone? Hang on. It's looking like we don't have... Oh, you can hear me. I can't hear me. Ah, 1 second. Let me... So, can everyone confirm that you can hear me okay on Facebook and on YouTube? Because I can't hear myself, which is a bit of a worry. Well, if you're saying it's all good, then I'm loving that. Oh, here we go. Can I hear myself now? Good. Ah, yes, I can hear myself now. Oh, fantastic. Right, so we're good. We're good to go. I'm very happy about this. Right, so Julie says, I'm looking forward to hopefully doing some crafting this weekend, as her and Harry have been doing panto, and show weekend was the weekend just gone. Been rehearsing since September. Wow, so you've done the show, or will you be doing more shows? That's awesome. And what's the show that you're doing? If anybody in your area is available to go and watch it, can they still go and watch? Can you still buy tickets? Right, so I feel like, is the image not fully focused? Is this, I hear what you're saying, Kaya, because I feel like it's not fully focused either. Do I need to just give it something to focus on, maybe? Let me see if I because I'm a bit zoomed in, so maybe the zooming in is part of the issue. Although this doesn't seem to be. Ah, there we go. Is that any better? Does that look a bit more focused or not? A little blurry. Is it any better? I'm not sure why that would be blurry. Julie says, we've done the show, all done until the next one. It was Dick Whittington. Well done on getting that done. It's very, very brave of you. Yes, it's still a little bit blurred, but not too bad. So I'm not quite sure why that would be and whether I need to change some of my settings. I think what I'll do while we're, while we've got a picture, I appreciate it's a little bit blurred. I will work on it for the next time. It may possibly be that there's just some settings that need to be changed. I don't know whether I dare do it while we're actually live. That's the only thing. But yeah, I think it could just be that I need to play with a few settings. Is it too blurry for us to be able to see? I think you should still be able to see what we're up to. I thought I was doing too well. I mean, it looks great on my screen, so I'm not sure why it's not looking great, once it's gone through to Facebook and YouTube, which is weird. Well, we'll proceed, because I do think, it should be a clean lens because it's brand new, Ilona, but I hear what you're saying. I think it must just be something to do with the speed of images through to Facebook and so on, because like I say, the picture on my screen, which is directly from the camera, looks great. But anyway, let's just plow on. I think you'll still be able to see the images. Shall we look at a new release? Shall we get in there? So first up, this is a slightly smaller release than you might have been used to. Maybe once you have an image on there to focus on, fingers crossed. Sue says it looks okay. I think maybe it's better on YouTube than it is on Facebook, and I think that's something to do with the Facebook speeds, I think, maybe. Anyway, let's move on to our first stamp set, because I think you're going to love all of these stamp sets. So first one up, I'll take it out of the packet so that you guys can see it without so much shine. This one is called Warm Hugs. So I'm just going to move that about so that you can't see too much of the shine on there. This is adorable. Again, I hope that it's not too blurry for you guys. I'll move it a little bit closer and see if that, that focuses on it a little bit better maybe. There we go. So it is very blurry on Facebook, so I do apologise, guys. So we've got on this set an adorable set of critters, all having some warm treats. So we've got a little sloth in a teacup. We've got a squirrel with a donut. We've got a little penguin with an iced cupcake. A cat with a coffee, and then a rabbit with a hot chocolate or something similar. We've got the spoon, we've got some chocolate, we've got some sprinkles for the cupcake, we've got some coffee beans, and we've got a little tea bag tag, if you like. And then the sentiments we've got are: you warm my heart, you are so sweet, it's your birthday, you deserve a treat, sending warm hugs in a mug. Really, really cute. So I do have some of these already stamped out for you to look at, just so that you can see how some of these guys are stamped up. And again, I don't know if it's going to be too blurry for you to be able to see these guys, but you will of course be able to see them on the website and on all our social media. So I'll pop some of these on here so that you can just see what they look like. I think this is such an adorable set. You're going to be able to use this for so many different occasions. You can use it for birthdays, you can use it for just sending you know, to a friend if you're wanting to make a gift voucher, card and envelope. It'll work really well for that as well. You know, I can just imagine making like a little gift box or something, or a gift card with maybe a Costa or a Starbucks voucher in there, and then sending a warm hug in a mug to somebody who might want a little bit of you know, just need a bit of cheering up. So a really adorable set. I hope that you can see it okay. I hope it's not too blurry for you guys. What I'll do though is I will flick over to the gallery again, and I'll just show you the warm hugs. Let's just remove that one. There we go. So you can see now this is a card that Amanda has made using this set, and she's stacked up a couple of the critters on the front there with the "It's your birthday, you deserve a treat," and I think that's such a really gorgeous card that you will be able to send to, you know, to anyone. And again, you can pop that little gift card in there if you wanted to as well. So really cute. The sloth in the cup is probably my favorite as well, Julie. It's really sweet. So that's our first stamp set. Of course, it does come with the coordinating dies. So you can buy them together, buy them separately, you know, whichever is your preference. And this particular set does come have with it a coordinating sentiment. So they don't come together, but this sentiment does go really well. So I'll show you that next actually, because it does go with this particular set. So we'll just come back to the overhead. Amanda's card is super cute with the confetti stencil in the background, says Julie. Exactly, you spotted that. So there is the confetti stencil in the back of Amanda's card. We do have a new stencil coming up in today's release or tomorrow's release as well. So I should say that the release does go live tomorrow morning at 8 AM. So you'll be able to find all of these products then. So the sentiment die that I was just talking about is this one. It's the warm hugs. So I'll just move that so that you can see that without it shining too much in your face. So it's, again, one of our large sentiment dies. Have I got one of these cut out? Yes, I have. I thought I did. So I have got one cut out here that you can look at. Have I got a card blank that we can pop it against? Let's have a look. So I've got this is an A2 card base, and this is the sentiment. So you can see it makes a significant impact on your card front. It's a gorgeous sentiment, designed by myself. And you can, again, it's going to make such a great backdrop for all different types of cards. You can just use a nice stencil background, or you can add your critters around the outside. So let's get some of our little critters out here, so we can have some warm hugs. Look at these guys. Let's get the little sloth. Get the little sloth on the go. And this kind of sentiment is one that I really love, because it does make designing a card so easy. Because look, we've just created a card in seconds there, with the large sentiment, and then a few of your critters around the outside of it, and there you go. That's your card designed. I'm so sorry if this is very blurry on some of the platforms. I do apologise, but hopefully you can get the gist, and we will rectify that for future. I knew it was too good to be true that we'd get a camera, get it plugged in, get it set up first time out of the gate. It never happens, does it? But you know, you guys know that you know, the quality of our products is always up there. So even though the picture may be blurry, the product is awesome. It's going to be awesome. So that's stamp set number 1. Do you want to see stamp set number 2? Julie's saying that stencils always need more stencils. Think I almost have all of yours, maybe missing 1 or 2. There can't be many that you haven't got, Julie. And she also says, love the warm hug sentiment feel. I will need the whole release as usual. So next up, this one is super cute as well. These, well, I always say this, so I don't know why I'm saying it, but I love designing all of these stamp sets because every single one of them just makes me smile, and I can imagine myself making cards with them, and that's why I design them, because they're characters that I want to make cards with. So I'm hoping that you guys can see this one okay, again with a little bit of the blurry vision, but this one is called Sweet on You, and as you can see that we have got a lovely sweet theme again. So this would go very well with our gummy bears that we brought out at the previous release. But we've got the cat eating some chocolate, we've got a mouse with a large lollipop, we've got a rabbit again with a different kind of lollipop, a rabbit with a bag of sweets, and then a mouse with a jar of sweets. There are various different sweetie shapes and a lollipop as well for you to build up your scene. And the sentiments are: you make life sweeter, I'm a sucker for you, I'm sweet on you, and I choose you. So loads of really fun sentiments that you can use all year round. Are great for kind of anniversaries or birthdays of loved ones, but also good for Valentine's Day as well. Tanya says she needs this. Sophie says this is her favourite from the release and she loved crafting with it. Oh, bless you. That's so lovely. So, yes, look out for all the designs from the new team as well. I'll just move that up that way a little bit because, oh no, I think no matter where I put it, there's a bit of shine. But let's pop some of these guys on here so you can see them coloured in. They do look so cute. Let's pop. Look at this guy with the giant lollipop. Mice, I think, are so cute to draw and to colour in. Rabbit with the lollipop. And then we also, it's worth mentioning that while we do also, obviously we've got the dies to cut out all of the characters, but we do also have the dies that cut out the sentiments as well. So, and the thing with the dies this time around, when I opened them up I was a bit like, oh, are these right? But what they've done is something so genius, which I really think, why has it never been like this before? But I don't know if you can see, let me pop it on here, that the die, the cutting edge of the die, and you probably won't be able to see this if it is too blurry, but the cutting edge of the die is right on the very edge of the die. And that means that when you come to position it over your image, let me see, have I got... Yes, so this is one that's been that I've stamped out previously. If I pop this over the image, you can see much more of the white space before the die itself covers it up. What that allows you to do is line it up much more accurately than you would with the previous dies, because they would have had a little bit of a lip around them. So I'm going to see if I can show you what I mean, because I don't know if I'm explaining it particularly well. So this is these are some coordinating dies from a previous release, and what you will see on here that's different to the new release, and I'm hoping that you can see this again. Like I say, if it's a bit too blurry you might not be able to see the difference, but on the new die the cutting line is right on the edge. On the previous die, there was like a tiny little border on the inside of that cutting edge. So I'm going to hold that close and try and hold it still so that you can just about make out that difference, can't you? So that meant when you popped it over your image, you wouldn't be able necessarily know that you had got it lined up perfectly, because some of this die would cover up the line. So it's absolutely genius is the upshot of it. It is such a great design, and it's going to make lining up your dies, your small intricate dies, so much easier. And on the previous die set that we looked at, so on our little warm hugs set, there are two little coffee beans. There are dies to cut those out. Now previously they would have been absolute nightmare to die cut and line up correctly, but I'll just pull out the little one, the littlest one. That has been cut with a perfect outline because I could see exactly where I was positioning my die. So the tiniest of images you will now be able to cut out without any mistakes. So that is another really good feature that I just thought I would point that out, because it may not immediately be obvious that that's a thing. So that's the Sweet on You. Absolutely adorable. Let's look at a card, shall we? So let's pop back to our gallery. And we will select the Sweet on You, and we will just delete the other. So there we go. So this is our Sweet on You card, Andy. He's kept it really lovely and simple actually, which I love. He's used the cloud dies that we have. And he's just done a beautiful ink blended background, and then got all of those critters lined up on the front of his card, which is absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, such a beautiful card, and there are so many different ways that you can use this. So many of our other dies that you could use, such as the window covered die. We've got lots of the wonky shapes die. So many different ways that you could use this to create some gorgeous cards. I've not had a chance to make any cards yet, as per usual, so I'm excited for next week's live to be able to make a card with you, because it might be the only opportunity I get actually because we're so busy at the moment. So that's the second of the stamp sets. There are only 3 stamp sets in this release, and I think I mentioned before that we were doing that deliberately because we want to give you guys all the opportunity to be able to get as much of the releases as possible, and perhaps do them a little bit more often but a bit smaller, rather than giving a huge release that maybe you don't have don't have the budget for at the moment, and you're then having to make choices, and it can be disappointing, can't it? So this is more manageable for us as well, but also hopefully more manageable for you guys. Tanya says, really lovely cards, such a versatile stamp set. Absolutely. And I think you're going to find, if you like those two, I think you're going to enjoy this one as well. It's a very kind of similar theme, so you can use some of these things together. So if I can get this one out of the packet, we're on to a winner. Harry says hi as he's just got off his Xbox. Hi Harry, how are you? So here we are. This is the Sweet Cart Critters. So again, another sweetie related card. Again, you could use this across so many different ones of our sets, sentiments and dies. All of them work together, but I absolutely adore this. I've been wanting to make a set like this for such a long time. I've had some of the designs already done, but they never fully come together into a set, and then just one day I went back to it and it all just just came together perfectly. So, which does happen a lot, I have to say, is that I'll maybe start sketching something, not sure if I like it, so then I'll put it to one side, and I'll try it again a bit later, and that's when all of a sudden it works. So I've zoomed in a little bit more because I feel like I'm too hi Fabiola, another new member of the team has joined us. Ilona says this might be a favourite, it's hard to choose. Again, I know it is a little bit blurry, but I'm hoping that you guys can really see this. Julie says, love this set, needed a store like that for Panto but couldn't make one in time. Tanya says, yes, need this one too, such a cute set. It is adorable. So you've got your little sweet cart there. You could also make it into like a little lemonade stand. It could be a little coffee stand. All of the different sets that we've got, you know, have all got different little accessories that might fit on this cart, which I think would be absolutely adorable. You've then got all of these little critters that can be the little stall holder. So these guys can all sit in the little cart, but then you've also got their friends here. Let's take some of these out so that you can see them. We've got the little cat and we've got the little squirrel who will be purchasing something from the stand. So we've also got a little rabbit. We've got some sweets that then if you decide, okay, we're not going to have the little bear vendor in the cart. We're going to pop some sweets on the cart instead. So you've got all these little sweetie jars that you can then just pop onto your cart as well. There we go. So you've got all of those that you can line up on there. So you've got all of your little jars of sweets. You've got a lollipop, you've got a bag of sweets that the cat and the squirrel can be holding. You've got your vendors. We've got a cat, we've got a little bear or a mouse, we've got a rabbit, and we've got a raccoon. And then the sentiments are also amazing. We've got you are the sweetest friend, days with you are so sweet, have a sweet day, and life is sweet. Ilona says, I love your colouring, Jo. That cart looks awesome. It looks so cute, doesn't it? And what I've tried to do is keep my colour palette quite simple, but I always tend to follow pretty much a rainbow. So I've gone with a pastel rainbow this time because it does go with our new pastel brushes, beautiful blender brushes. So pop that into there so I can show you one of the cards. So let's pop back to our gallery here. So there's a lovely Randy, and let's have a look at this one. I think this one might be one of Amanda's. So again, she's done a great job here with a little scene with the sweet cart. She's got the jar on there on the sweet cart with a lollipop. She's got a squirrel and a cat buying some treats, and then she's used some other of the jars and the sweets just as a little decoration, which is really cute. And then the sentiment, it's your birthday, you deserve a treat, works a treat on the bottom of there. So I love that. Really gorgeous card from Amanda. Again, as usual, the design team have really stepped up. Some of the guys haven't had the stamps yet, so it's been a bit more difficult for them to do any samples because the post was not being my friend as usual. So that's caused a little bit of an issue in getting things done on time. But they've really worked hard to get things done as quickly as possible for me. So I appreciate them so much, because I wouldn't be able to give you the gorgeous inspiration that we've got here without them. So thank you to all of the team. So back to me. Hello. So onto the standalone die set that comes with this release. This again is one of those dies that I've been wanting to design and bring to you for such a long time. It is part of I guess what will become or what has become our essential range of dies. So what I've tried to do is bring each new release is something that's a little bit fun or a little bit different, like our sentiment dies, but then also something that is going to be an essential part of your die stash. So we've had the simple square dies, we've had the simple circle dies, we've had the simple slimline nesting dies, we've had the window cover dies. We've had some really great staples. We've had the pull tab dies. We've had the trio circle nesting dies, which allow you to have then different add-on shapes. All of these things that we've tried to bring that are just going to be, you know, the dies that you turn to when you need one of those essential shapes. So this one I think is going to become part of that, your essential stash. Julie's saying she can't wait to get this set and we'll definitely be making a card with it for your new friend, for a new friend that she made at Panto this year. I love that and I can't wait to see that, Julie. Isn't it funny how sometimes a stamp set can come along at just the right time and inspire you, and it be just fit perfectly with what you're doing at that time. I love that. So I'm so pleased that set's going to be like this for you. So this is the sweet scallop dies. I had to remind myself what it was called, but these are sweet scallops. So what you've got here is an A6, so that's an EU UK size card base frame with small scallops around the outside edge. So up until now we've only had the inverted scalloped die. This is obviously the external scallop, and it has got a little stitching detail all around the inside. You've also then got a smaller one that you can use to add as a focal point and to layer up. Now, I didn't want to go fully nested with this because I didn't feel like those smaller dies would get as much worth as the dies that I've included. So what I've included is this little off-center, or what's the word, like an obtuse, is it an obtuse angle? Of scallops. And the idea behind this is that you will pop this across your card front to either make it look like an envelope, or it just creates an interesting bit of dimension across the front of your card for you then to add your sentiment and a bit of colour behind it. There's loads of different ways that you can use something like this. So I thought that would actually add a real different dimension to some of my cards. And then this is a pretty scalloped heart-shaped tag die. Again, can be used for so many different things. You can use it on the front of your card, but you can also use it as a pretty tag for presents and gifts. So I really think that that's going to be such a cute little die. Julie agrees. She says it's a cute die set, always useful and handy to have in the stash, and that's exactly it. I'm going to have a look, see if I've got one. So I don't really have one. This is my sample version. This is what my samples come like, and they always do you a little bit of die cutting, but they put all of the dies together and cut them all out at once. So you've got this cut out of the centre of this piece of cardstock, which you could use it like that, but the intention is that you use it as a whole piece like this is. So this is, like I say, an A6. This is an A2 size card. Oh, we've got an interested cat. Hello to Maisie, who is making her usual Thursday night appearance. Hello Maisie, how are you? What do you think to the new release? Do you approve? You're going to sit on it and give it some love. Thanks. So yeah, so this is you can hopefully you can see there, this is the little the layered, the smaller of the frames there, and then this is the piece that I was talking about that has the scallop. So if you pop it across the front of your card like so, obviously you're going to cut the whole piece out at the top there, but that just creates a really nice little decorative edge that, you know, gives you that little bit of dimension. You could also use it to cut the front of your card. Oh, my card's upside down. But if you pop the die across the front of your card, then you could actually create a different shape to the card as well, which is cute. Sophie says, my cats like to sit on your crafting too. She's honestly, I can't do anything, can I really, without your help? She has to get involved. Go on then, off you go. She's come to say hello, and now she's fluffing it off. There you go. Bless her. So I'll pop this to one side, and I'll show you a card then made by one of the team using this particular set. So let's pop to the gallery again, and let's have a look at our sweet scallop dies. So this is this card here has been made by Amanda. It's absolutely gorgeous, and you can see that she's used those stamps to create a background piece, which is just adorable. I love the black and white as well. I think it really is such a great look, and she's done that on the larger of those scallop dies. So, and then she's layered up her scene on top of that with the smaller scallop die, and you can see just from the size of the images on there that smaller die is still big enough to carry a scene with all of those characters. So I think that is the perfect size for doing your layering and creating a really cute focal point. So you could use it on a straight edge card blank, but then still create some you know, a fun finish with that scallop piece. So a really beautiful versatile die, fabulous card from Amanda. Thank you so much for that. Right, so we're getting to the end of the release in terms of dies and stamps, but like I mentioned, we do have one stencil as part of the release. So and please do tell me what your favourite thing is, because I'd be really interested to know what you guys are really enjoying. But this is the stencil, and again, I think you're going to absolutely love this stencil. So I might have to take it out of the packet actually, because it might be just a bit too shiny. So there we go. So hopefully you can see that this is, I've called it the XO because it obviously, we say XO, don't we? We say hugs and kisses with the XOXO, but I've replaced the O with a heart. So Ant said I should have called it X heart, but I just don't think that rolls off the tongue as well as XOXO. so it is a mixture of X's and hearts, but with the title XO. And of course this is just a great little card, stencil, sorry, for your Valentine's cards. You can obviously use it all as a pattern, but you could also just use a border of it, which I think would be really gorgeous as well. Really lovely stencil. I think you're going to really enjoy playing with this one, particularly at this time of year. And I'll show you a card that one of the team has made with this. Julie's saying that gorgeous card from Amanda, and then she loves the stencil along with the Sweet Stall stamp set and dies. They're your pick of the release, are they, Julie? I love that. So let's go to our stencil. This is one of Sophie's. So hello Sophie. Sophie's on the live tonight on the chat. So this is one of Sophie's first cards as a design team member, and it is stunning. It is a beautiful shaker card. She's used the XO in her background there, and the stenciling on it is absolutely stunning. So I love the ink blending, really gorgeous. And then the aperture with the heart, and the shaker bits in the middle, and then one of those little characters from the Warm Hugs set is just adorable. This shows just how lovely a pattern it makes and how versatile it can be. and it's, yeah, it's absolutely fabulous. So thank you, Sophie, for sending that in and getting that that card to us so quickly. It is absolutely gorgeous. So lots of love for the card, Sophie. Excuse me while I just have a little drink. There's always so much talking that I do when we're on the lives that I have to have a drink on standby. So here we are. That is the full release. So we've got, let me move these out of the way. So we've got the gorgeous stamps and their coordinating dies. We've got the Warm Hugs sentiment. We've got those sweet scallop dies, and we've got the XOXO stencil. So this is your release for this time. These are the coordinating dies. So I have mine cut apart, and then I put them on magnetic sheets on the back of my stamp set so that they're all together. So you can absolutely do that. Pop those both in the same packet, but add a magnetic sheet on the back. I think that's so worth doing. I love that. So yeah, so they're the coordinating dies that you can get as well. Sophie says that she loved making this one. Shaker cards are so much fun. And Lisa says she loves it all. Another beautiful release. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, because like I say, I have so enjoyed creating the release, but I never get time to play with it, which is one of the frustrations of being the owner of the business, is that you don't always get a chance to play with the goodies that you create. But I am going to enjoy making some cards with this over the coming weeks. And having a little play with it because it's adorable. So that's the release of stamps and dies. Like I mentioned earlier, we have also had a new release of blender brushes, and what I want to do is just quickly show you those, because they will go on sale in the morning in our shop. So up until now, they've only been for sale on Hobby Maker TV. So, Ilona, we were talking earlier about Ant's appearance on the shopping channel. We brought the brushes to the channel exclusively for a week, so they were available with them at a special price, special introductory price. They are still on at that special introductory price now, and you can get them at that price now until their stock that we allocated them runs out, which it's probably getting very close to that point now. So if you are interested in the brushes, probably best to get them from a Hobby Maker for the time being. We will be coming back to Hobby Maker, not this Sunday, but the Sunday after, so the 11th, Sunday the 11th, we'll be back on Hobby Maker as well. So so yeah, but obviously you can buy them from us as well now. Julie says excuse me, that she can't wait to place her order in the morning. She's put her dies, I can't speak now. She says she puts her dies in the back of the stamp sets on magnetic sheets, as it's easy getting them in and out. Absolutely, I love that. And Annalisa says, when you design them, Jo, do you have a card design in mind as you were creating them? Not necessarily. Sometimes I do. Or I think more, it's not that I've got a particular card design in mind. It's just that I think, could I make a card out of this? Can I use it for multiple types of cards? So when I say that, I mean, could I make it for all year round? So birthdays, or for particularly birthdays, or just for a friend, or multi-occasion types of sets. They're my favourite, and ones that are going to create a fun scene. So I don't necessarily think about the finished card, but I think about how I might use them on a card. You know, could I So when I'm thinking about characters that are facing in different directions, how are they all going to sit together on a card, and what are they going to be doing, and how would you create a scene? So so I am thinking about the finished result rather than a specific card itself. Does that make sense? Tanya says, I always buy direct from yourselves. Well, that's lovely, Tanya. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Obviously, you guys are so supportive, and I couldn't keep doing all this if it wasn't for you guys. So I do appreciate when you buy from us, because it does mean an awful lot. So I'm going to show you the new brushes just really quickly. You guys might have already seen these on Hobby Maker, so if that's the case, you know, I do apologise, but I'm absolutely in love with these. I've loved all of our brushes because they are so gorgeous, but I think these might be my favourites now, because the colours are gorgeous pastel colours. We've got them in 2 different sizes. We've got an elusive red, which is absolutely impossible to get. We've got a gorgeous lavender in there as well, and we've got this darker green shade, which again I've not seen anywhere. So great ones for kind of your Christmas crafts as well. And Lisa says, yes, I was wondering about the characters facing in different directions and if that was on purpose. Thank you for answering. You're very welcome, Annalisa. So, so I'll show you each of these individually. Again, we've got rainbow, and I'll show you the red ones. Hopefully you guys can see these okay. And I'll come with the little caps so that they're protected if you're taking them, you know, out and about. But I don't normally have the caps on them when they're in the caddies, because their heads don't touch anyway. So it's the same principle with the handles. We've got the small head and we've got the midi size this time, so I'll just compare it to one of our previous ones, which is the large. So this is the large one, and you can see if I pop all 3 of those together, the difference in head size. So again, you're going to be able to use them for all different types of things. In the future, I think we will go for the large size in all these colours as well. But we wanted to bring something a little bit different in terms of the sizings, just from a versatility point of view, and something new to market that other craft companies haven't done. So we've got the red, we've got the gorgeous pink. Ilona says that the caps are genius. They are absolutely genius, because they do protect the bristles so well, and they stop the colour contamination if you're taking them elsewhere. So all of these brushes have been designed based on your feedback as viewers of the live, that you wanted them to match Distress Oxide inks. So this colour, this pink, has been created to match the Worn Lipstick shade of Distress Oxides. We are not affiliated with Ranger at all. We have nothing to do with the Distress Oxide inks or that company at all. We don't have any affiliation with Tim Holtz. I need to put that out there. This has not been sanctioned with them or done in conjunction with them. This is purely off our own, you know, initiative, if you like. We've done our best to try and match them against those shades. So this is the Worn Lipstick. So I'll show you the Worn Lipstick actually, and you can see, well, you can see actually that these have got the ink, the Worn Lipstick ink on them, and what a match that is in terms of the shade is just, I'm actually quite impressed with myself that we've managed to match it so well, because it's been purely done, you know, remotely and online. So we've got the Candied Apple is the red. So again, you can see the ink that's on the brush is pretty much a match for the handle. We've got Dried Marigold is our next shade. So this one, I haven't actually used this one yet, but I have used the little one. And again, you can see that the colour match on that is pretty much bang on. This is a pastel shade of orange, which I think is adorable and nobody else has produced. And again, you've got that matte colour match there with the ink is pretty much bang on again. So that's the dried marigold. We've then got the scattered straw. So these guys I have used. And again, you can see the colour of the ink on the brushes there matches the handle perfectly. And then the scattered straw ink next to that again is a very, very good match. Now, with all of our all of our brushes, should I say, you can use them for any colour of ink within the same ink family. So keep all your distress oxides together, keep your other dye-based inks together, rather than having them using the same brush for all different types of ink. But if you wanted to use, say, the scattered straw brush for all your yellow distress oxides, you absolutely can. You don't need to keep it just for the shades that we've mentioned. It's just that we wanted to match them with those particular brushes because we thought it would look so, I mean, it would just look so pretty, and it would help us decide which brushes we really, really needed in our collection, because we've already got a lot of rainbow colours, but which ones do we actually want? Which ones are we going to use the most? And this is one that I am particularly proud of in terms of the colour match. This is Twisted Citron. The colour of the brush and the colour of the handle there, you can see they blend together and look like they are one. It's only when I turn them over to the side you can see that actually the bristles are white underneath, but that is such a good colour match. It is quite scary how good that is. Julie says, enjoyed the new release, it's so adorable, the pastels are gorgeous. And yeah, we've got the brushes. It's fabulous. Julie says, the boys are counting down to seeing you and Aunt at Doncaster again, booked accommodation for the weekend, and you ordered the brushes from Hobby Maker this morning after watching Aunt's demo. Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you, Julie. And thank you to as well for the boys being so excited. It'll be lovely to see you at Doncaster. I don't even know if we've actually signed up to Doncaster yet. We will do, of course, but yeah, I don't know even if we've got anything arranged yet. And the thing is, it will come round so soon, won't it? But so we really need to get our act together. So this is a beautiful shade of green. This is our Rustic Wilderness match. So you can see the Rustic Wilderness there. You can see that lovely dark green, but you can use this for any of your deep greens. I was tempted to go for Mowed Lawn, but we do have a lighter green brush anyway. So I wanted to go for the darker green instead on the green side. Next up is our blue. We have done a blue brush before, but again it was a much brighter blue, and I do find that the tumbled glass is a blue that you go to pretty much all the time. So again, you can see that the match, I've used it much more with the smaller brush, and you can see the match of blue is coming through much stronger there. And again, you've got that lovely blue shade there. I mean, they are so gorgeous. Such a pretty pastel shade of blue. We did have MIDI blue brushes a long time ago. Actually, have I got one here? I don't think I've got one here anymore. I did have one or two of the old, you know, the really old brushes that we had when we first started doing the brushes. But yeah, I don't think I've got any of those anymore. They are long gone. And then the final one, and again this is one that I'm really, really pleased with, is the Milled Lavender. Now this is just stunning. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous pastel shade of purple. This is the Milled Lavender. It is a little bit pinkier than the handle, but it is still a very, very close match. You could also use this with your shaded lilac. So any of your pastel pastel purple shades, it would work really well. But again, it's just looks so pretty on your craft desk and in your caddy. There is no other purple shade like this anywhere. All of these have been made for us specifically for this release, so you won't find these anywhere else, because they are so unique. So stunning, aren't they? So gorgeous. So those are the brushes, and like I say, they will be going on general sale tomorrow morning as well, but like I said, they are on a very good price at Hobby Maker right now. So I love that you know, like Tanya, you want to buy from us, but we don't mind if you want to get your brushes from them too. That's the new release. How unbelievable is that? Ilona says, I actually already have about 60 brushes for all my oxides, but now I'm really tempted to replace them. Do it, Ilona, because these are absolutely gorgeous. They do, like I said, they come with the little caps on. They're so pretty. I've got them on my desk here, and they look so gorgeous in the caddies. I also should tell you as well, I'm going to put a picture on our social media at some point this weekend, that I've bought some pen storage, which I've now got set up in front of me, and I can't show you because, I mean, we already saw what a disaster I made of the webcam earlier. So I daren't move any of the equipment, but I'll pop a picture on our Facebook page to show you. It's so affordable, it looks so gorgeous, and it's totally changed the look and feel of my craft desk. I feel like I've got so much more room now, and all I can see is beautiful colour inspiring me with the pens and the brushes right in front of me. It's like, it's just really inspired me with all of the colours, the rainbow that's in front of me. So that's a shout out to Jane Vaughan. If you don't follow her on Instagram, she's called A Card Day's Night, and she's shared these on her Instagram. That's how I found out about them. So if you're looking for good pen storage, check that out. They are just from Amazon, really affordable, and if you're in the UK, you know that finding good affordable pen storage is pretty much impossible. So Julie says she's not sure she needs any more brushes, but they are gorgeous and love the colours, so have to have them. I think I must have 80 plus brushes already. I think that Julie, you are probably the only person in the world that has got more brushes than I have, and I own a company that makes brushes. So that really is saying something, isn't it? I'm just popping these on my desk here so that you can see something pretty other than my hands. And Lisa says, I'm making my craft room very zen. I need the zen, Annalisa, because there is so much that's not zen in terms of the amount of work I've got to do, that this really helps me get into a crafty vibe. So I have all of my alcohol markers are in the pen storage now, and then I've got shelves above that I've got all my distress inks in rainbow order. So I'm just surrounded by a rainbow of lovely things, which really is what you want in your craft room, isn't it? And my craft room is not big. I'll also tell you that as well, that my craft room is very, very small. I have my office desk in here as well, so I've got 2 desks. Well, I've actually got 3 desks all together. One is all my storage, really. One is where I craft from, and then next to me is also where my PC is and where I work from. So yeah, there is no room to even swing a cat, even though the cat does share much of the room with me most of the time. So yeah, it's not a big space, but I've used the space very wisely, and yeah, I do love it in here. So so you don't have to have a huge space. I don't believe. You just have to be a bit crafty, as it were, with your storage solutions. Sophie says we should all share photos of our craft space. I think that would be a lovely idea. We should definitely do that. That it'd be great to do that on the Facebook friends page. Everybody share a picture of their crafty space. I might get that up there and see if we can get people sharing, because some people have got some really genius solutions to storing things, particularly when you're challenged for space. So I'd love to see those. Right, I'm going to quickly move to the webcam, see if it's still in the right place. Oh, it is. Hello. It's a little bit on the wonk, but don't worry, that might just be me. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's been so much fun going through the new release with you. I'm so glad to finally be able to share it with you, because it seems like, as always, the amount of preparation that goes into a new release, it feels like I've been living with it for a very, very long time before I actually get a chance to share it with you. So thank you for letting me share it with you tonight. Thank you for joining me. It's been great to see so many of you and so many friendly faces and tea timers, old and new, joining us tonight, which has been awesome. I'm going to let you guys go because I need to go and make sure everything's set up for the release in the morning. I hope to see you all bright and early at 8 o'clock getting your orders in. Julie says she needs to tidy her craft space before sharing any pictures as it's been abandoned for a while. And Sophie says Ilona only once we've tidied it. Absolutely. So I mean, that is another thing. Tidy craft spaces are are very rare, shall we say. So nobody's judging. We're all enjoying the crafty time, so it's absolutely fine. I'm going to go then now because I've still got loads to do before tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. I hope you like the new release. I hope you're loving it as much as I do and as much as the design team do. And I will see you all next week for another Crafting Live. Thanks so much, guys. See you soon. Bye.